He said, "O Lord, guide Dawsee and bring them to Islam. Tufayl, go back to your people and invite them to the way of God, and be lenient with them, and don't come back to me without them." Tufayl says, "I returned to my tribe full of hope and optimism after the Prophet's prayer." And time passed by. The Prophet migrated from Mecca to Medina. The battle of Badr passed. The battle of Uhud passed. And Tufayl was forgotten. The battle of Khandaq was fought. The battle of Khaybar came. And as the Prophet returned victorious from Khaybar, and everybody was in celebration, lo and behold, there was a cloud of dust that covered Medina. So the Prophet asked, "What is that?" Somebody replied, "That's the tribe of Dawsee brought by Tufayl bin Amr al-Dawsee. They converted to Islam and came to the Prophet of God, peace be upon him." Tufayl brought the whole tribe. And how many times did you sit with the Prophet again? Twice. That's it. But you don't got no Islamic education. How'd you end up doing it? People, it's not only about how much you know. It's about feelings for this religion. It's about how much you love Islam. I'm passionate about my deen. It brings joy to my heart to see people closer to the Lord. Tufayl brought the whole tribe, and every single one of you probably has more knowledge about Islam than him. Tufayl continued to be a great resource for Islam for the remainder of the Prophet's life, and this did not change one bit after the Prophet died. And the story of Tufayl's death is an interesting one. There came a battle called the Battle of Yamama, which took place between the Muslims and Musaylim al-Kadhab. And on the night of the battle, Tufayl sees a dream. What did he see? He saw that his hair was being cut, and that a bird came out of his mouth and flew into the sky, and that a woman opened herself up and put him inside. And he also saw his son running around trying to follow him, but couldn't, until eventually at the end, he caught up with him. So he wakes up and asks the companions, "Do you know the meaning of this dream?" They said no. "I, on the other hand, do know the meaning," Tufayl says. "As for the hair being cut, it refers to my neck being cut in the way of God. And the bird flying out of my mouth, it represents my soul flying to the skies. And the woman who I'm inserted into, well, that's my body being placed into the body of the earth. As for my son, he wants to follow in my footsteps and die a martyr. But initially it doesn't happen. With time, though, it eventually does. And everything happens exactly as he predicted. Tufayl dies a martyr, and his son, Amr ibn Tufayl, wants to die a martyr too. He wants to be just like his dad. But he isn't as lucky, just like the dream said. And Amr ibn Tufayl doesn't let go of his vision, his aspiration to die serving God, until in one battle he loses his hand. And at that point, he feels that his dream could never be fulfilled. And he isolates himself from people because he felt ashamed of being handicapped in front of everybody. To the extent that Umar ibn al-Khattab once organized a feast for the companions, and he invited Amr ibn Tufayl. But Amr didn't show up. So Amr went to him and he said, "Amr, why didn't you come?" Amr said, "I'm handicapped. How am I going to eat?" Umar said, "Amr, that hand that you're talking about is one which has beaten you to paradise, and is therefore the most valuable hand amongst us." He's telling him, "Your hand is in paradise, man. What are you ashamed of?" "I swear to you, Amr, I will not eat until you stir my food with your hand. You know why? For it is a beloved hand to Allah." I'm sure Umar ibn al-Khattab would dedicate the same message to our handicapped brothers and sisters in Palestine today. And Amr ibn Tufayl continued craving martyrdom until he got what he wanted in the Battle of Yarmouk. God bless his soul. This was a Tufayl bin Amr al-Dawsee story, a man who loved this religion with all of his heart. I hope and pray that this episode was beneficial to all of you. Do keep us in your prayers, people. And until we meet again, God bless you all.